Hey, Steve Neal here. I've got a short message for you about your team. It's interesting, isn't it, how most teams really seem to struggle in achieving their true potential. In fact, one survey I read estimated from a bunch of leaders that the teams they were working with were working at something like 50-60% potential. The challenges of the human element, the conflicts, the disagreement, the blame game, the culture of backstabbing, the lack of communication, the lack of trust and openness, not having a clear sense of purpose on where the team is going or indeed why it's going there, lack of values to hold the team together like glue, a pure mindset of fear and fear-based goals rather than love-based and abundance mindset. An ineffective feedback culture where people don't really listen to each other or recognize and appreciate each other as people, not just the achievements in terms of work. Poor energy, stress management and burnout, probably some of the biggest challenges I'm finding in teams of late. What about the communication within the team? Do you feel that you're really listened to? Is there a coaching style? Is there empathy? And are you given a safe space to share your problems? Or are you just told what to do? Is the conflict handling ineffective because it's aggressive or passive aggressive or, just passive, can't be bothered? What about the level of we think as opposed to I think? Is there true collaboration? Are the team achieving greater results together than the sum of the individuals? What about levels of motivation and commitment and engagement? Are the turnover levels too high? People ineffective and resistant to change? And is indeed your team learning from appropriate successes and failures? These are all the problems I'm hearing increasingly, and I'm just wondering, where could your team be? If you had a magic wand and you painted a point in the picture where your team's human element, the psychological contract had improved and your team was at a much higher level of performance, what would that look like? What would that feel like? What would that mean in terms of measurable results, bottom line? And what would be the benefits of your team getting there? What would it give you and those around you, your customers, your stakeholders, other teams or departments within your organization? Why do you want to get to this improved place? And if you don't develop your team, what could be the costs? If you continue to stagnate, not improve, stay in the same place, and don't see the improvements that you aspire to, what could be the costs in terms of turnover, bottom line, loyalty, engagement, mistakes with customers, lost customers, retention of customers? What could be the costs? Have you thought about how you could get there? Have you thought about simple steps you could take to improve engagement performance? What have you learned from the past? What could you learn from the future? And how could you get there? And what if I was to tell you that there is a proven, tried and tested, measured, psychological step-by-step model that you and your team could take yourselves through that would really nail and develop the human element of your team, taking you through all of the psychological aspects of effective teamwork? If you're curious about that, just set up a free discovery call with me or one of my coaches, and we can share more about how you can take your team to the next level. Believe me, it's going to be worth it.